You're listening to Fulanita live on Hawk Radio. Now I want to introduce my guest to see if he can get hello there. Can you say something for us?
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Finally, we got it working.
All right, all right,
That's
all right.
fantastic. So this is my friend from New York. Do you want me to call you by your tagger name or your real name?
You can say my real name. You can say my tag name too. I say his name too.
Well, I've known this guy since he was in high school, Hector, and his tagger name Rxsuperstar, one of the professional gamers out there. Is that what you want me to call you by? You're a professional gamer.
I'm a professional gamer, talk show host, photographer, videographer. Just a modern day Renaissance man doing anything out there.
A little bit of everything. The jack of all trades kind of man.
Yes, yes. You gotta be like that in this day and age.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just do one thing. You have to basically be across the board fantastic, especially since there's so much competitions in the art world.
Oh man, that's like every day, no matter what generation, there's always going to be competition. There's always going to be someone better than you. But you just got to keep to yourself and be yourself and just believe in your path and just trust the process.
Exactly. I mean, the only thing that you can do to fail is give up, right?
Yeah, you got to get that out your mind and in your vocabulary. I can't. You got to replace I can't with I will. And you just got to just keep doing it.
So what inspired you to start this all up? You know, what made you be like, this is what my path will be?
Well, I used to DJ back in the days, as you remember how we used to hang out and stuff like that. So I went off into radio. You know, I got what I wanted, but I felt like something was just missing. So I have a passion for pop culture and stuff like that. So I just combined the two and then just created, and then gaming came along and streaming came along. So I was like, oh, okay, that's what I could do. So I just put all that together. I created my own show called The Plug with Rxsuperstar. You can catch it on my YouTube. I have guests that come by, musical guests, they come perform. We sit there, we play the newest and latest games Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, just been rocking and rolling. We're about to finish up season 2 on August 29th. So I'm happy right now.
Wow.
And just still continue to branch off.
Yeah, you're doing a lot there. I've been watching your, there's a group of you guys that I don't remember the name of the site that I went to where you guys post all your videos, the old school ones. And then there's your Instagram, and I see that you've been meeting a lot of new people. I actually got to see one of your photo shoots on Instagram. How was that?
Well, which one?
Well, being behind the camera like that, you know, taking pictures with your bike, and you had a professional photographer do a couple shoots for you. I seen 1 or 2 different shoots there.
Yeah, I had a couple of shoots out there. Because I also do shoots, like people contact me because I'm so positive. I'm a great influencer for this generation, you know, because it's a lot of kids out there that don't have no guidance like I had when I was young. So, you know, I feel like it's my duty and the platform I have to, you know, help and encourage others to do that. So what happened is that these young photographers, these hungry amateur photographers, they hit me up, they see what I'm doing, we schedule an appointment. So it's kind of like you support me, I support you in a way, you know, and then we go just have a dinner right after that. But I'm into photography as well, and you know, I introduced the world, even though it's been around for a little bit, but now it's going mainstream. It's called cosplay photography. It's where people go to conventions and they dress up as their favorite superheroes or villains, and sometimes they bring their original characters. So I have the opportunity to bring that to life and meet people. Exactly.
That's fantastic. How nice of you to be putting those people on game, like, because if they create their own, you know, there's not a lot of ways to like put their works out there without, you know, somebody already knowing the story.
Like no other, like exactly. It's like these kids are not being guided right, and then if they get with somebody, like they take advantage of them. So when I tell people, it's like, come with me, ven pa' acá, I'll help you out, you know. But you know, things are not free. You have to make an income of yourself. You have to have you have to you have to turn yourself into a business at some point if you're helping people out. So I have a lot of clients. I have a lot of individual people that reach out to me. I'm like every day on my social media talking to so many different people around the world and so many different subjects. It's like it's mind blowing to me.
So that's how you stay up on it. You staying networking with people, so that way you never miss an event, or that you're never like your cash is low, so that you can't do the next thing. How do you?
Well, that's another. I'm sorry about that. That's another thing is that you have to create a budget. So in that budget, you have to know your budget of your craft. So whatever you're doing, you have to have a budget. You have to have a schedule. You have to be consistent. So once you discipline yourself into doing stuff like that, you can achieve. And then there's an old saying, if you build it, they will come. You just got to show the world that you're serious, and you have to be consistent, and you have to be respectful.
That is so true. That is so true. You have to be consistent. That's the only way for you to be out there. So if you have something like my show right now, if I don't come in every week, people are not going to be like, oh, she's not there this week. Then I'm going to stop listening to her because she's usually never there. You have to come every week so that people will know your name, so that you can keep doing what you're doing, and that you'll get more popular, and then that comes in for you, right? So
yes.
What was the biggest win for you?
Well, the biggest win, what do you mean by biggest win?
Well, you started off, and obviously when you start off as a, like you said, photographer, a gamer, a producer, a videographer, you start off with basically nothing. And then, you know, sometimes it gets a little dragged on where, you know, you see nothing for a while, and then you get like a win. And that's where you're like, well, this is what I was meant to do, and I'm going to keep doing it because I'm doing good. Like, what was your biggest win, your best memory?
Well, the biggest win is not yet. I mean, every victory counts, because every victory brings you a step closer to that goal that you want. So when you have that, when you finish that goal and you have what you want, you have to be, like I said, consistent. That's one of my favorite words that I write down. I'm going to give you guys a little secret, a little tool that I do. So I write down every week 5 words, and I use those 5 words in my everyday life, where I just be positive and I influence others in these words. So one of my words that I use today is courage. So you have to have courage. You can't be afraid. You have to live fearless. A lot of people understand what the word fearless means. It means for people to think about fearless, they think about, oh, you can't be scared, you can't be this. In reality, it's like, if fearless, you one with yourself, you one with the universe. You know? It's like you walk through this door and you're ready to go. A lot of people don't walk through the door, step through the door when it has that opportunity. They just close the door or peek it, and they see it like it's not for them. But then again, if you don't step through the door, you won't know it's for you. You understand?
Completely. Those are some beautiful words right there. That's exactly the message I was trying to convey with this radio show. I want people to understand that sometimes your happiness isn't just going to give to you. You're just not going to wake up and be happy. You got to work at it. And just like your goals, that you have to be consistent. You have to be ready. When you walk out through that door in the morning, you should have your mind already set on what you're going to be feeling that day. I'm going to be proud of myself. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make myself happy today. You know, you're going to keep going for yourself. You got to remember that. People are not going to be here and be like, oh, she's sad, I'm going to go help her. Oh, she can't do it on her own. Somebody go hold her hand. You need to do this on your own. You need to make yourself brave.
Yes, you have to. Like you just finished saying, no one's going to hold your hand. And if you meet someone that holds your hand, they're going to let go. It's like you riding your bike and they're taking the training wheels off. You have to learn to just go on your own. It's like a saying, it's like a teacher comes into your life to teach you. But when you are ready, the teacher will leave. That means you go on your journey and you continue it. But you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan, and you have to stick through it. You can't let no one bring you down. There's always going to be critics. There's always going to be somebody negative. There's always going to be that. What I learned of people like that is I learned this from Jason David Frank, who played the Green Rangers and Power Rangers. So he has a thing called trainmejdf.com, which is a training program online. So, I go in there, I'm a member, and, I go for not just to learn martial arts and any of that stuff, basically to learn the culture, and how to be more
training
like that.
Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. That's interesting. I'm going to Google that right now. You said...
you can Google it. It's trainmejdf.com. You could train anywhere around the world, He encourages everybody around the world to be yourself, live fearless. So I'm one of those people that he encouraged, and I like to spread his message. Is to live fearless. Don't have no fear when you're walking through your path. Be courageous. Have the ability to tell yourself, I can do it. Absolutely. But it also teaches like the martial arts weapons and where they come from. Like nunchucks came from farming. A lot of people ain't know and realize that. I didn't know that. And then, he sits down, he tells you exercises, what you can do. You can learn kata. You learn his style of Tosa Kundu, which is
the way of the fighting fist.
Hold on, can we go back for like 1 second? You said that nunchucks, the one that you flip over your shoulder and everybody like mistakenly hits themselves with, that's for farming. And what way would you use that for farming?
It was for farming to bring down oranges and apples from the tree.
Are you serious? So like that thing that's
you can Google it. I'm serious. I was mind blown too. I was like, I was like, no way, this was a farming tool. And it was a farming tool, so like you could take stuff off the trees or to cut the bushes down.
Yeah, the branches and stuff to bring them down. But it's funny. A lot of weapons started off as a useful tool and then was converted into something deadly. Well, like the nunchuck.
Yes. But I know the times have changed, things have changed, but that's the whole thing about our history and learning is that we learn something every day, and you have to know your history, you have to know where things come from. It's like whatever you get into, you have to know where it comes from, no matter what. Just like you're on the radio, I used to be on radio myself, we have to know where it comes from. I'm sure, we grew up with Hot 97, 105.1, we heard the disc jockeys on the radio. That's an old term no one uses no more. It's just straight DJ.
Yeah. Just DJs, and now that I know how it actually works, I'm like, damn, I should have learned how to DJ. It would have made this so much easier. But it's cool. Like you have to throw yourself into the mix, even if you don't know what you're doing. Even if the research doesn't come before you get into the mix, you need to just go with the flow and learn. Just soak up everything. Don't be a full cup. I know what you mean by that. Being a full cup keeps you from actually growing into something more of your potential. So
yes.
I was so afraid of doing the radio thing when I first got here because I'm not a DJ. I'm not particularly good at selecting music. But I did it anyways. I did it just so I can grow as a person, so that I can change myself. I'm an indoor person, like a little cat. I don't want to be outside.
Yes.
But I had to do this.
Okay, it's cool. It's a lot of hermits out there that's doing DJ and stuff. But everyone does podcasts at home. That's the whole experience. What you did was your mind telling you something that you felt you had to do it. So you did it, and now you comfortable and you love what you're doing, and now you're exploring even more of this world that you're into now, the radio. The radio business is fun. It's great to talk with people. It makes you a people person. That's why I'm a people person. I can talk with anyone, anybody around the world. Just bring an interpreter just in case we get a foreigner.
I definitely encourage the fact that people should throw themselves into the deep sometimes, even if it's too scary for you to handle. Like as growing as a person, now I feel more comfortable leaving the house alone. Like before, I was the type of person that needed someone to hold my hand. Oh, we're going to go out and do our nails together. Oh, but she canceled on me, so I'm not going anywhere. I couldn't live that way anymore. And then just like you said, you have to make yourself brave. You have to just remember that you are in control of your own happiness in your life. Don't let other people influence the way that you feel inside. Know yourself. And I'm glad that you said those things. As an influencer, that kind of message is powerful. Instead of having these, I argue with my sisters all the time because even though there are artists out there that are very talented, they mold themselves to look just like everybody else to be accepted in that industry. And I don't like that. What do you think about that? Like, somebody in the industry yourself, do you think that you need to change your persona to fit in?
I mean, I live my life of being yourself. People are not gonna like you. People are gonna accept you. You know, you just gotta be yourself. Don't try to do something that's not really you, but people will know that about you. Don't stoop to a low level that if you feel like you really need to make a breakthrough in life and you stooping this low, don't do it. Change your thought, change your mindset. You know, read a book, hit the gym, get your mind right, see what the world is doing. That's what I did, was just see what the world for what it is and just put myself in that race. And you just gotta be yourself. You gotta smarten yourself every day. You have to read. You have to read. If you're a writer, write down. If you don't know how to write words. We have smartphones that help you these days. Like, there's so much stuff in these days that can help you out, that you can achieve, that you don't have to go down a bad road. But then again, if you're in a bad road, there's always a great outcome after it. You just got to find your way, and you just got to keep positive. Just keep it positive.
Right. You don't have to change yourself, because remember, the difference within each person is what makes you unique. And usually those are the things that people admire about you. Like, take for instance, Fran from that TV show, that late night TV show. Her voice was so annoying. Everybody knows this lady because of her voice, and it made her famous. Now, that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the little guy, do you remember the twins where the guys had the babies?
I believe so.
Right. And
wow, that's a classic.
right, a little throwback there. But I'm telling you, their differences is what made them popular. Arnold Schwarzenegger was what's it called? A weightlifter or a muscle guy. He modeled.
About twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes, that's the one. Exactly.
Where one had the great genetics and the other one had the, excuse my language, the crap. That's what they said in the movie. Where he had the bad genes.
Well, his genes were perfect because it made the movie what it was, amazing. I'm just saying, you know, no matter what part of the industry you are, as an actor, as videographer, photographer, gamer, or model, or artist, or whatever you do, be you. The bravery that you take in is what you put out. So whatever you like, put it out. People are going to accept you for it, right?
People are going to accept it, or people are not going to accept it. But at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you accept it for yourself, that you're humble with yourself. No, because once you humble yourself, it really doesn't matter like anyone's opinion. You know, like you'll hear it, but you don't have to do it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Well, let's bring it a little bit back, the conversation, since we've put out this really awesome message, and I'm so happy there are many people like you that do this for the children, for the kids, for the people coming up behind you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, thank you for having me on your show, on your radio show, you know.
Of course.
I mean, if I can get my message out there, I did my job. As long as you have one fan, if one person is listening or one person is watching, you did your job.
Fantastic. As a influencer yourself, who did you look up to besides the Green Power Ranger?
Well, you know, I mean, he's always encouraged. He's always going to be one of my mentors I look up to. You know what I mean? Because he knows what it is, how it is. But the person I always look up to is my mom, man. I'm a mom's boy. I love my mom. I call her every day. Thank you very much. I just talk to my mom because my mom is so old school and my mom is so real. Like my mom's vibes are so like Dragon Ball Z, like over 9,000. You know what I mean? It's like you sit there with her. She's like the moms in the commercial, the moms in the movies. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like she just talks to me every day. And, you know, and then I got to shout out, you know, I'm part of a label called the Label Noir. Ursa Major, man, he's a cool guy. He's the CEO. He put some positive messages out there. I like what he does. I mean, there's just so many people out there that just, I look at them and they just influence me. Like even you just influence me just to keep going, talk to people.
That's perfect.
You know what
And
I mean?
I'm glad that your mom is a good role model. I was listening to something Steve Harvey had said earlier today. He was like, there are great men in this world, but there are um, successful men in this world by themselves, but there are no great men without women behind them. And it doesn't have to be your spouse. Your mom was your great supporter, and that lets you know that we are here for you guys. And as a culture, I'm so glad that you said something about your mom's being there for you, because you don't really see a lot of like influencers saying that because they're too cool. They're like, oh no, I did this on my own. I did this by myself.
Yeah, they want to mention like a celebrity.
Yeah,
or
they throw those names out there like if they're like really that hot, da 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 da.
That is true.
I'm glad that you don't floss like that. You don't just be like, oh no, I did this on my own. It was all my followers. Thank God that I have 7K people. Da 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 da. I should actually look. I don't know how many people you actually have following you.
Well, I don't even look at it no more. I just know I just keep getting messages and notifications of like so many people following me and stuff like that. It is mind blowing to me, you know.
Yeah, and it's always good to have those fans, but it's those people that support you in the background, that help you every day. You always say that I can do this alone. All I need is my mind to be right. But then you always gotta understand that people need help. People need people. You can't just do everything by yourself. And understandable, you have to get your mind right for you to go out in the day and do what you need to do for you and for others. But you are helping others by putting out your influence, right? So they're getting support from you. That means you have to get support from somebody else as well. And I'm glad that you're there to be able to say that I'm not here alone. Somebody helps me every day. The credit where credit is due.
Yeah, I give credit to everybody. Like I said earlier, I talk to so many people from around the world. It's like I'm never alone now. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not alone now. Like, I was never alone because I come from a Catholic family, so we believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. So, He's always there with me. But, it's just,
I understand.
It's just a feeling of like having people just talk with you. And then I got to use the Google Translator when I reach people from Japan, from Italy, from France, from Europe. Like even now, I have two fans in Nigeria. That is just crazy. It's like, you guys got internet over here? It's not even a city. It's like a small little village.
That's amazing.
And I'm like,
look
what?
how far your influence is reaching. That's amazing.
They went to a comic book store that they was in their city, so they had a hitchhike over there. This is crazy. And they picked up some Marvel comics in DC. They sent me pictures, and I was like, oh wow. And I was just, to me, that's what it's all about.
Okay,
that's the rewards.
And the best kind. It does really make you feel good when somebody tells you, wow, you were amazing when you did this. I saw your episode and your video, and I was watching some of your videos. Me personally can't sit and watch a gamer play for too long, but my son does love watching you, so that's something. You made a change in his whole life.
Thank you. Shout out to your son. What's his name?
Oh, I call him here on Fulanito, because his name is way too long.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Fulanito.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a band. That's an old school band of what is it?
Yeah, it's called Fulanitos. Yeah.
Yeah, the 5 band members. Yeah. Oh man, that's a throwback right there. We used to play.
We should play that one after. But I want to thank you again for coming on the show with me. And if there's anything else you want to say before we go, now.
I want to say thank you for having me on. This has been a great experience. You're a great host. You're great with people. Continue doing it. I believe in you. Message I give out there to the world is like I always say, just be yourself, have confidence in yourself, and you can achieve anything you want. And be consistent about it. Get with the world, run with the world. Don't be on the sidelines. Don't be on the sidewalk. Be in the street. Be in the car. Drive forward. That's all I got to say.
That's Beautiful. Perfect. Exactly. Thank you for your beautiful message, Hector. I appreciate it so much for you calling in. You don't understand how happy it is to have people like you to come and influence the kids in this world, because we don't need any more Barbie dolls and we don't need any more gangsters. We need people like you to put in the work to show them that, like, right now everything's so simple, and you show people that it takes work, no matter the fun things or the hard things, no matter what it is. You need to put in your work and be consistent. And that's the message that needs to be put out there. Thank you so much for you coming in today.
Thank you for having me. It was a great time. I had a blast.
Would you like to introduce our next song?
Oh yeah, sure, sure. So this is my next song. This is my next pick. I'm a big fan of Jay Lavin, and we're gonna play Mi Gente because all you guys are my family.